bluffing where you at. I came here for vengeance, watch your back. No need to defend, I'm on attack. Sorry they can't reply, but I guarantee they had a blast. Pop, 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 I be on the next to only ya. I am fresh to death.
What's going on, everyone? Hope y'all are having a good day. Welcome back to a solo episode of Long Haul Mentality. I am your host, as always, Nick. I said I was going to do this a while ago, and I'm just now getting to it. So thanks for being patient with me. We've already gone through the men's divisions. We've already talked about deciding which category you want to go into as a male. So now it is time to go into what the female categories should look like, and how you should how you should make your decision on your choice of divisions. The men have a little bit less divisions to choose from, so they have men's physique, classic, and bodybuilding. And then when you go pro, you can separate bodybuilding into open and 212. So technically, at most, we have 4 divisions. With the ladies, you now have 6, right? So we have fit model, bikini, wellness, figure, physique, and women's bodybuilding. And the level of muscularity and condition scales just like the men do, right? So at fit model, lowest level of muscularity, lowest level of condition. Women's bodybuilding, highest level of muscularity, highest level of condition. So I'm going to walk through some examples and talk about some different things here and some considerations that you should take into when you decide which category you want to go into, and help you try to make your decisions here. So I tried to pick lineups from the most recent Olympia just because it's the easiest thing for us to look at here. I'm not going to go into fit model because it's so new. I wouldn't know what to tell you. I haven't seen it on stage yet, and I just haven't paid a lot of attention to it, if I'm being completely honest. That's a whole nother conversation, but we'll start off with bikini. So, and excuse me if these are not from the most recent Miss Olympia. The biggest thing here is that it is giving you an example of what these categories should look like at the highest level. So bikini is your lowest level of muscularity and lowest level of condition. They're looking for a streamlined, small, athletic-looking physique. So they don't want anything super overpowering. They don't want a massive upper body. They don't want a massive lower body. And they're also not looking for like insane detail. So the girls have been getting harder over the years as far as condition is concerned, but it's still not to a point where they have just like feathered quads. They don't have aggressive glute tie-ins. They don't have like peeled hamstrings and a lower back that's the Christmas tree out and all that kind of stuff. They're looking for a good level of muscularity and a decent level of condition. We should be able to see the ab wall really well and see that you have a nice tiny waist. And they're looking for proportionate upper to lower. So they don't want anything that's super overpowering on any aspect. They're not looking for massive boulder shoulders. They're not looking for a huge wide taper to the lats or anything like that. They want to just make sure that you have a nice flowing physique. And one of the biggest things to understand here is that we are looking for a small waist, nice glutes, good hamstrings and leg detail, some shoulder detail, some back detail, but they're not really hyper-focused on the upper body. Now, wellness is a really interesting division because this is the only division in any category where they want an imbalanced physique. They do not want it to be symmetrical upper to lower. They want the lower body to be a lot bigger than the upper body. I have seen many girls go into wellness because they liked the division who have a relatively muscular upper body, and they end up doing worse because they are too balanced top to bottom. They have too much upper body for their amount of lower body that they have. If that is you and you really want to stay in the wellness division, you're just going to have to really tone down how much you're doing upper body. You're probably going to have to remove anything where you're holding on to dumbbells or barbells or whatever, because it can give stimulus to the upper body. And you're going to have to put a ton of volume and effort into building those legs so that they are disproportionate from your upper. In this category, again, still, they're not looking for absolutely mass monsters in this category, but they do want like kind of mass monstery like legs. They want really big glutes, really big hamstrings, really big quads, and they want to see a higher level of condition. So they want to see a little bit deeper ab walls. They want to see separation between the glutes, quads, and hamstrings. They want to see a really good glute tie-in. They don't necessarily want to see a bunch of feathers and shredded, peeled quads, but they do want to see separation in those muscles, which is a little bit different from bikini, where they're not quite looking for that. This category is kind of known as the glute division. So glutes is a main emphasis here. Most of these girls doing wellness don't really train upper body at all. And if they do, it's like maybe every other week or once a month or something like that. It's just enough to kind of keep it there and keep some good muscularity there. But they are hyper focused on legs, 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 legs. So if you are looking to go into this category, understand that you need to know the difference between big legs in an off season and big legs on stage, because you can have really big glutes and quads and hamstrings when you are at off season body fat levels. But if you cut down and that goes away, that just means that most of your leg size was coming from body fat and not from muscle. They want you to have a super aggressively muscular leg development when you get on stage. So if you just have a lot of body fat on your legs, this does not mean that you automatically qualify for wellness. You need to build the muscularity. Figure, we now start to go into the more muscular divisions where they are looking for a good level of muscularity upper body wise. This category only has 4 poses. It's your symmetry round, so front relaxed, it's your quarter turn, so front relaxed, rear relaxed, and both sides. In this division, they're looking for really good symmetry, and they want a good level of condition. This category is going to be a very big step up in condition from bikini and wellness, because they want to see deep separation in the quads. They want to see shredded hamstrings. They want to see separation between the lats and the traps and so on and so forth. They want wide shoulders. They want wide lats. So you have to understand that you need to be relatively muscular if you're going to be going in this division while having a really good level of symmetry. If you're a female who has a little bit wider waist, figure, physique, and bodybuilding are probably going to be where you're going to end up needing to compete so that you can build a complete physique in order to do well on stage. If you are someone who really wants to like display the physique and actually have an opportunity to pose and do those kinds of things, going into women's physique is probably going to be your option, because you have poses. You have more than just your quarter turns. You have your front double, back double, side chest, side try, so on and so forth. In this division, they want a lot of muscle, and they want you peeled. They want you absolutely shredded. So you need to understand that, like, if you are a female who is really concerned about virilization, doesn't necessarily want to be massively bulky, and doesn't want to get super insanely peeled, this probably is not the division for you. But if you look at these females here in this lineup, one of the things you can see that's a little bit different than the other girls is that these girls' midsections is a little bit thicker, right? That doesn't mean that they have wide waists by any means. All these girls, I would say, have small, tight waists, but they are still bigger than the bikini, wellness, and figure girls. So if you structurally have a little bit wider hips, a little bit wider rib cage, making your midsection a little bit thicker, this is probably the division for you. You just need to understand that you're going to have to be really muscular and super, super shredded. They want to see lots of definition in this category. And then finally, women's bodybuilding. This is going to be the ultimate display of women's muscularity and condition. They want you to be big as hell, and they want you to be as shredded as humanly possible. Same thing goes for men's bodybuilding. This is the epitome of the categories. This is the biggest and most shredded girls that you're going to see. So this day and age, most girls are not super pumped about being this kind of size and this level of condition. So the popularity of this division has kind of come down over the years because of what is required. And you also have to understand that, like, any concerns about virilization, fertility, that kind of thing is gonna kind of have to be thrown out. because the things that you're going to have to do to compete at this level in this division are going to be a lot higher than the other divisions. You are going to have to push the limits, and your body is not necessarily fit to do that. So one of the things to touch base on here and understand is what you like and what your body is telling you that you need to do. So you could really, really like the wellness division, but if your upper body is too muscular and you can't build the legs that you need in order to do well to match that upper body, that's probably not going to be your division. You can compete in it still, but you need to understand that you're going to limit how far you can go in that sport. Also, like I said a few times, if you are a little bit thicker waisted, you probably need to look into figure physique and bodybuilding and understand that, like, because you have structurally a wider waist, bikini and wellness and fit model are probably not going to play in your favor. Now, at the end of the day, choose what you prefer, but just understand that if your body is not built for that division, you're probably going to limit where you're able to go with that. That's as simple as I can get with it. So I want to make these short and sweet. I want to make them just so that you can watch these through very quickly. So I'm going to cut that off there. Hopefully this helps out some people so that you have a better understanding of what division you should go into. But I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all on the next video.